Ever seen a dataset with full of missing spaces, non-values, and outliers? And as a new beginner or as a new machine learning engineer, you may ask yourself, how best can you solve these kind of problems? And today I've brought in a simple but efficient tool that will help you to not only solve the non-values, but also help you to fill in these spaces. It is a simple, it is a very, very simple method to use, but this comes from the Scikit library and it's called the SimpleImputer library. And this SimpleImputer library has got its own types of implementing this computation into the data. It has three major types of how it computes these values, or these missing values, the NAND values, into the data set. We do have the median, we do have the mode, and the mean. It's up to you to strategize which specific type of imputation that you want to use into your data set. And of today, I'll be showing you exactly how you can implement this specific library from Scikit-learn into your data set. Guys, as you see, I have this data set. It is a housing data set. And yeah, I did first of all import some of the libraries to use. We have pandas, numpy, matplotlib, and then this is the data set. And as you can see, as we talked earlier on, imputation is all about filling in the missing values. And under imputation, we do have the types of imputation that we use in the computation of our data set and filling of our data set. And as you can see here, the total bedrooms is the feature that is missing, is the only feature that is missing some of the data. And yeah, what we're going to do down here is to first of all, what we're going to do is to, yeah, so before anything goes, we are going to start with importing imputation. We are going to start with importing the SimpleImputer from Scikit-learn. And yeah, this is how we do it. .impute import SimpleImputer, and that is the library that we use. So we are going to allocate it to a variable called imputer, and SimpleImputer. Then in the brackets, that's where we'll put our type of imputation that we're going to use. And we do call it by calling the strategy. And I mostly love to use medium since it computes very well. And right now the imputation has been done, so we are going to bring in our data set that we are going to use. And in bringing up this data set, what you should be knowing is that imputation doesn't work on categorical data. It only works on numerical data. And what do I mean by categorical data? This is the categorical data that I'm implying. The ocean proximity, as you see, it is having near bay, the inland. These are all categorized as categorical data. And we have mainly two types of data that we look at in the data set. We have the numerical, and these are all the numerical data that I'm implying. Numerical meaning numbers, and we have the categorical data, and this is the categorical data. So for our imputation to work, we are going to first remove the categorical data from our data set, so that we impute our data set normally. And how do we do that? We use the drop first of all. Put in some variable, to, what are we dropping? We are dropping the ocean proximity. And it is on the axis of 1. Axis of 1 means, it means column, then axis of 0 it means the rows. Then housing tier. Did forget something here. I did forget a comma. So housing tier. Yeah, and as you can see, there is no categorical data, meaning that right now this data set is okay to be imputed. So the next step will be to fit in the imputer into the data, or to fit in the data into the imputer. And how do we do that? We do imputer.fit, then we put in our data. And then, as you can see, imputation has been done on the data. So down here we will use, first of all we have to see if our imputation has been done correctly. And how do we do that? Is imputer.statistics, and these values, or this array of values as you see down here, it has to be of the same values as you see down. It has to be of the same values. Medium values. Yeah, as you can see, our values, our imputer has done its job of correcting the values. So after knowing that it has done its job, then we are going to fit transform the data. How do we do that? We first of all put in the equals to imputer dot fit transform our data set now, as you can see, this is an array of the data set that we have imputed. As you can see it here, this is all an array. This is a full data set that we have imputed, except for the ocean proximity. And then if you want to see the data set in form of this data set up, in form of this, there is a simple way of doing that. Final data equals to pd dot data frame into the x columns equals to housing tier dot columns. And our final data, and when we see our final data, voila, it has given us the final data that we do deserve. And if we are to check if there are still some missing spaces, this is where we would use isene. Dot sum. This checks all the futures, all the missing spaces in the futures, and as you can see, there are no missing spaces in the futures. So that was imputation, simple imputer, and yeah, that was it all for me today.